What's going on, guys? This is Luxury Castillo, and I'm here to share you guys some very important information. So, as you guys all know, I always travel, and my goal is to travel all over the world before I get too old. Now, if your mindset is when I retire at 68, then I will travel around the world. That's a wrong mindset because I've been in the airport where 68 years old walking around. Actually, they don't even walk around. They're getting pushed around. So if you're thinking about traveling the world at late 60s or starting 60s and later, I'm gonna have to tell you guys it's a little bit too late. Because one, you can't walk. Well, if you can walk, that's good. That's great for you. But I, I've been traveling around and I've seen people being pushed in a wheelchair, and they're actually what do you call that? Walker, the one with the tennis balls. Um, it's really painful to see them just trying to travel at that age. What I'm trying to get at here is if you want to travel around the world, you got to do it earlier. If I could go back in time, I would start traveling at the age of 30, because you have a little bit of money already saved up, and your mindset is developing to be more mature. So you're right at that beginning point of being mature, and then a little bit of money saved up in the bank, and I think that's the right time to start traveling. When you start traveling, you start enjoying life. It's Traveling is like an investment. In fact, it is an investment because okay, this is how investment works. Let's go back um, from the beginning. Okay, let's say you bought a house uh, at the young age of 21. Okay, let's just go with that. 30 years later, you have uh, what do you call accrued, what's that, equity. So that's a great investment. So you start young, and then as you get older, and then 30 years later, because you need time to for your investment to grow, right? It's like a plant. You plant the seed, you need time for it to grow. So investment, when you are investing, you have to start early, and then you wait 30 years, and then you enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? So that's how investment works. You don't buy right now and then sell tomorrow. It doesn't work out that way unless you're in stocks. And most of the time, I've seen a lot of people, including myself, lose a lot of money in stocks. And that's another video. So anyway, so investment is it's only beneficial if you start young. Now, traveling is the same thing, it's the same concept. If you start young and as you get older, now you can't travel anymore. And the more you tell the stories and the more you remember about your travel, the better it gets. Because it's all about memories. It's creating memories in your mind. Your it's even better to talk about it, and the more you talk about it, the better you feel about it, and it's just a great investment. But if you wait till you're like 60, 65, 68, 70, 75, right? It's like investing too late. It's like buying a house when you're 75, thinking that you're going to make money off of it. No, man, it's too late. You have to start early, man. So, traveling is the same as investing on real estate. You got to start early, guys. Start early. All right. So, huh, that's what I got for that. So anyway, so if you notice here in the background, I'm not gonna apologize first of all, because I travel a lot. Most of my time are out there somewhere messing around, right? What I do is I order all my stuff, and all I do is I open up the box, throw it right there where my MMA mats is at. Yeah, I do martial arts. Yeah. So when I travel and I see you and you try to mess with me, you might change your mind. Unless you're like 6 foot, 300 pounds, then definitely, you might kick my ass. Maybe. But you know what? I'm getting older, so you probably can't kick my ass. But, anyways, I order stuff online, and that's one of my enjoyment in life is to spend money. So I would buy stuff, whatever I see online, and I don't need it, but if I like it, I order it, and then it gets opened up right here in my living room or my sport floor, MMA, UFC. Well, it's not UFC rated. Mat. I open it up, and whatever product it is, I take it with me. And this thing accumulates in just a few months. This thing right here is only a couple of months. Man, Amazon, man, it's an addiction, guys. If I were you guys, don't even mess with Amazon because you spend all your money on things you don't need. But see, once you're hooked on to getting online products, you can't get out of it, man. It's an addiction, guys. Like for example, this I got these right here. See, I don't need this. Um, these see, it's still brand new. I haven't opened it. Yeah, open that up. See, I got two of them. Yeah, I got these, right? So I could track my stuff. I mean, I got a lot of stuff up in here, and 99.99% I don't need them. I am hiring a cleaning lady, preferably younger than 25. She could clean this up, fold them, whatever, throw them in a dumpster. But they don't fit, though. Well, that's going to be her job. She comes over here, clean up, maybe can cook for me. You know what? I don't want to eat. I want to eat out. But I just want to eat salad. I don't want to get fat. Because if you're fat, okay, let's talk about travel. In order for you to travel, three things has to happen. Three things. You got to have time. You got to have time. You can't do it if you're working. You got to have time. Two, you got to have money because traveling is not free. It's expensive. You spend a lot of time in a hotel, getting on the plane and all that blah, blah, blah. And the last thing is health. So you need time, money, and health, right? So you can't be fat, right? I used to be fat. I mean, I was heavy. And I remember just walking up the stairs in Korea from the subway. Oh, man, I was going to faint. So I told myself, if I want to keep continuing, if I want to continue traveling, I got to get healthy. Anyway, so guys, let me show you guys. See this? No zipper. No zipper. Look at that. No zipper, guys. No zipper. So those are brand new. The boxes are right there. The boxes are right there. Bottom brand new in anticipation to the Laglag Bala or Tanim Bala in the Philippines. Man, that airport is very challenging. You got to think ahead. You got to think like a fucking thief, Got me all fucked up, man. I don't know why they have to put bullets in your luggage and then ask for money. Come on, man. I travel so much, man, and I don't want to deal with that stuff. So, but anyway, anticipation. Okay, that helps me with my life. Got one of those brand new ones. No zipper, man. So that minimize, not prevent, but minimize them fucking around with your zipper and putting shit in there. So, so I have to spend money to get those luggages. All because of this tanimbala. I've been to a bunch of airports around the world, but the Philippine airport, Naia, is the only one that really freaking challenged me. You gotta think like a motherfucking thief. Fuck. I'm a good person. I'm not a thief. But you gotta think like one. Man, I got a story for you. I got a. Yeah, it's Tanimbala, but that's another video, man. I'm here to talk about travel, time, money, and health. All right, so you gotta have, you start traveling when you're young. If you could do it at age 30, that'll be perfect. Even younger. I'm just being realistic here. Try it because, you go to college, you finish at the age of 21, and then you get a job, and then eventually, when you're around mid 20s, you probably have a stable job. You got 1 week or 2 weeks of vacation, and you save up money. So when you hit 30, at least you could travel once a year, go and then spend a little bit of money and enjoy life, guys. So you need time, money, and your health, man. Your health. All those people that talk about, oh, I'm gonna travel when I retire. They retire at what age? 65. And people I know personally, they don't even retire. They retire very late, maybe close to 70. Um, I think the reason is the money's good, so they keep working. And then when they finally can't work anymore because they can't walk, that's when they retire. When their health is shit, you know, they can't walk anymore. That's when they pull the plug. So they don't have the health, right? Now they have the time and they have a little bit of money with that home care because they probably have like 6, 7 houses, home care, and but they can't travel anymore. Now, whew. All right, so guys, so my topic today is about uh, traveling, and if I could do it all over again, I would travel uh, in my late 20s, and if I'm being realistic, in my 30s, early 30s. But I'm doing what I can now, I'm doing what I can. Look, I still got my hair, guys. I used to shave my head, but um, I like my hair now. So travel, guys, travel. You know, you got to do it young. And one thing I learned about traveling, international driving permit. So I was in Korea. I was trying to rent. Well, of course, you have a hotel, right? I'm in a 5-star hotel, right? Because I travel so much, I get a lot of points, and those points really help me to bump up or upgrade my hotel status. It's all about status, man. You get the 5-star hotel, it's a whole nother level, man. You're hanging around with people that got money. I I don't have money. I spend them all. And I was trying to rent a car at the airport. Um, they wouldn't let me, even though I have a an American driver's license. Um, they won't let me. They said you gotta have an international license or driver's permit. So now I got one. Now I travel in style. Now I drive. I don't have to Uber anymore. You know, I'm driving around Korea, and I'm in a rental car. Man, life is great. Life is great. So, guys, if you prefer driving and the country you're visiting requires a driver's permit, or excuse me, international driving permit, which this is it right here, guys. I don't want to open it up because I got my personal stuff in here. It's $20, guys. So, is it easy? Yeah, it's easy. All you have to do is um, go online. Now, if you're in America, right? I don't know about Canada. Um, I think Canada is all snow. I don't even think they drive over there. Like snow. Now, how do I know this? My kid go to college or went to college in Canada. She's complaining about 4 foot snow. People can't even drive. Yeah, it's all everything's all snow over there. But anyway, let's get back to the topic. So in America, you get on the website. This AAA. If you don't know what AAA is, Google it. AAA. And in their website, look for international driving permit. You fill it out. Uh, Pay $20. I sent a check, and then they mailed this back to me. It took what, like almost a month. But I heard from another person that has this. They went in person in one of those offices, AAA offices, and she got it right away, right there on the spot. $20, guys. $20 for international driving permit that allows you to drive, rent a vehicle from Hertz, and from the airport, and this is what they're looking for: your driver's license, and then this, and then you get rent. Now, if you're the type of traveler that travels around the world, and then you don't want to rent a car, uh, and then okay, and then how do you enjoy your travel if you're just walking? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works. So when you travel, you get a hotel, right? And then you rent a car. That's how you travel, guys. Now I seen uh, personally, I've seen this in the Philippines. All right, so they work their ass off. They're accountants in America. They're immigrants, so they leave Philippines. They come to America. And they become accountants, nurses, doctors, lawyers, whatever. Then they go to the Philippines, and then they get picked up by their relatives, and then they live with their relatives. Live with them. Maybe a week or 2 weeks. No air conditioning. Freaking hot. And then you got relatives, scamming you for money. For money, I mean. And of course, look, this is reality. This is the truth. I'm not bashing anybody out there. You got those Filipinos been here in America for, say, 30 years. They immigrated from the Philippines or Canada. One of those. It's like a stepping stone, Canada. Then they come to America, and so they visit the Philippines after 30 years, right? And then they live with their relatives. And then when the first thing happens is they got to take a shit or piss or maybe take a shit. And then they go through this dungeon. They see the toilet, and they didn't want to use it because, including me, and I speak for everybody. If you've been living in America and then you're gonna use in the Philippines the toilet, I don't know. Your shit goes back up to your stomach. It just it climbs back up. You don't want to take a shit, man. So, and then they don't want to have a hotel. They don't want to, pay for a hotel in the Philippines because they want to save money. So now they're spending their vacation, their 2 weeks vacation with their relatives, and then their relatives eventually they all become sick. They all have flu, high blood pressure, cancer. I mean, name it. They're coming out of the woodwork asking for money, right? So instead of you saving money, you're not saving money. You're putting out money there, $100 each, $100 each. You probably spent about 5 grand already giving money to all your relatives, and then you can't even take a shit because you're not used to that kind of toilet. Because in the Philippines, the toilet is different, right? So, did you actually save money that way? Nah. So you spend more money, and then you tell your wife, or your wife tells you, well, this is the last time I'll go to the Philippines. Fuck that. I'm not coming back no more. And then you're upset because you gave all your money away, your hard earned money as an accountant, as a nurse, as a doctor, lawyer, whatever, man, or engineer. Spend all that money. You should be spending your money in some clubs in the Philippines, right? But, well, you want to give it to some relatives, yeah. And then you never come back. So now your relatives in the Philippines don't see you for the next another 30 years. And the next time they'll see you, you'd be live on Facebook in a freaking coffin, right? That's how it goes. We're almost guaranteed 75 summers, 75 years of your life. That's it. I mean, if you pass 75, then you're lucky. But the majority, you know, people don't make it past 75. Most people start getting sick at the age of. I looked this up. I looked this up to see what age when your body starts breaking down. It said 64. 64 to 60, no, 64 to 70. Those are rough years. Most people don't make it. So anyway, so guys, get your international driving permit and start traveling young. Don't wait till you're like 65, 68, 75. Don't wait. I'm telling you, don't wait, guys. And don't wait to buy a Rolex. You gotta buy a Rolex, guys. So don't wait. All the money that you're saving is not for you. You're saving it not for you. You're saving it for the next person, the one who didn't work hard for. I mean, I don't really know a lot of nurses because I'm not in that field, and I can bet that the majority of the Filipinos work hard as a nurse, and I know they save a lot of money, and they probably have like 10 houses, and they all rent them out or I do the home care thing. You're saving money for what? I want you to think about that. You drive a Tercel, a Corolla, a Yaris, one of those economical car. I've seen Hyundais too. I mean, nurses driving Hyundais. So you save all that money and you don't enjoy it yourself. You just put it away, put it in a high interest bank, high interest savings account, making every 3 months you're yielding what almost $1,000, $1,000 every 3 months, you know, or $1,500. That's for the Filipinos out there. They don't know what a $1,500 is. You have to say 1,500. Every 3 months, you get 1,500 from your high interest savings account. And then you never spend it on yourself. You never go travel. You never buy a nice car. Man, you got to have a Maybach. If you got to get Mercedes Benz, get a Maybach. So that's my deal with savings. Yeah, go ahead, save some money. Okay, because you plan to spend it on something that you can afford at this moment. But don't save it where when you're dead, you become the richest man or richest woman in a cemetery. I don't see the point there. That's like living backwards. I've seen or I've been to this funeral lately or past month. The richest woman I know, a millionaire, a bona fide millionaire, bank accounts back in the 90s. She had at least a couple of millions in that bank, and she invested in a lot of stuff like oil and all the other stocks. She knows how to make money. She knows how to make money. She lives a frugal life, but she does not know how to enjoy her money. Anyway, so she lived very frugally. Is that a word? Frugally. And then when she passed away, she had the biggest, the baddest, the the most luxurious funeral I've ever seen. It was well spent. Like they have a choir, they have a rented priest, and then her lot is a flat lot, not one of those incline lots. Um, Everything was paid for. The food was luxurious. It's not one of those Panda Express, man. No, good food, expensive. They have they don't have napkins. They have cloth napkins. That's how expensive the reception was. But nobody really knew her except for a little bit of a handful of people. I knew her, and she's wealthy, and I knew that she lived a frugal life. But damn it, why does her funeral have to be that luxurious? Why why couldn't she live luxurious and have one of those cheap funeral? Why is it backwards? You live very frugal, and then when you pass away, your funeral, you have a live band, and then a luxury plate of food for everybody. I don't get that. Anyways, bless her heart. She did taught me a lot of stuff about money. I remember back in 1990, I told her if I make $4,000 a month, I will be happy. And then she looked at me and she said, "That's all you want? $4,000 a month?" And this is back in 1990. I said, "Yeah, that's all I want." And she goes, "You probably need more than that. Figure out how to save and invest." I didn't even know what that meant back then, but looking at it now, she was right. I need more than $4,000 a month. Yeah. But anyway, guys, so get your international travel, guys. Travel. This is my old passport, guys. Look at that. Oh, that's all the stickers. And if you don't know what these stickers stand for, every time you leave Philippines, if you're using Philippine airline, they will give you a sticker for your luggage, and that's how many times for this passport that I use Philippine Airlines. Oh, by the way, now the passport. If you get a regular passport, you get maximum 27 pages, and I think 25 is usable or 23 is usable. If you get the international passport, like this, they're the same. They're the same, guys. They're the same. If you get the international one, they will give you 50 pages for stamps. So they could stamp it, right? When you go to a different country, they stamp it. So that really helps because if your passport is full and they don't have any room to stamp, you're not going to be able to travel. That's why I renewed my passport very early. In fact, a year early because I was running out of pages. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I got for now. I'll talk about other topics about travel. But anyway, guys, enjoy life while you still have them. And correct me if I'm wrong. We're almost guaranteed 75 years or 75 summers. So if you are in your 50s, okay, you're pretty much living your last one third of your life. Last one third. So the first third is from birth to 25. The second third is from 25 to 50. And then from 50 till you pass on, you got about 25 years. When you turn 50, you're almost guaranteed 25 more years. Maybe 15 is good summers. 15 good summers left. Because we're all human. It doesn't really matter what kind of food you eat. Eventually, when you get older, your body gets weaker. That's the sad part. You know what? I just want to touch upon that. Life is so unfair. You work your butt off to become successful. You have all this money. And then, as you get older, it won't matter anymore because you can't use them. I want you to think about that. You become so successful, you got all this money, properties, and then your enemy is time. As you get older, the less you need those stuff. So if you're in your 50s, you do your countdown. When you turn 60, your money, your wealth, it doesn't really matter anymore. It's useless. And then when you hit 75, I don't care how rich you are. Oof, you don't really need that money. And then when you turn 80, 85, do you really need $10 million in the bank? What are you going to do with that money? Nothing. What about the properties? Nothing. You can't do anything with it. So, this is the way I see it. Everybody's born fairly. When you're born, they're all equal. We're all equal when we're born. And then we make some slight changes. Some people do better than others in terms of financial status, not necessarily lifestyle. Okay, right? And then as you get older, and when you're hitting your 50s and 60s, that wealth that you have accumulated, it starts to have this inflation. Inflation, that's the word I'm looking for. The money is not worth as much because you can't use it. You just bank it, you can't use it. What are you going to use it for? So as you get older, your money is not it's not worth as much as you think it is. And then eventually when you're hitting 75, 80 and you're in your deathbed, your life is equal to that person who never had a good luck in his life. So if you are a person with good luck and you're blessed with all this money, like let's say like Elon Musk, right? On your deathbed, you are equal to the guy who never had any luck, who never became rich or wealthy. You guys will both will be equal. On both of you guys' deathbed, you guys are equal. So that's the only thing I see, that you can work your butt off, become successful, but at the end, it won't really matter. Um, all that hard work, it doesn't really pay off, because all that money that you have accumulated, your kids are gonna get it. They're the one who's gonna buy the stuff that you won't buy. They'll buy it right off the bat, right there. As soon as they bury you 6 feet under, they'll buy it. That Hellcat, they'll buy it. Do you want that Lambo? They'll buy it. The nice car, they'll buy it. Trips to Hawaii? No, no, not Hawaii. That's not a bit international. I'm talking about like Thailand and stuff like that. International travel. They'll do. There you go, guys. In a nutshell, enjoy life while you still have it. Enjoy life while you still have time, money, and health. Yep. And guys, if you're older, wear nice clothes, man. Right? Wear nice clothes. Wear nice jewelry. Rolex, Gucci. That's my next project, by the way. Like, enjoy it while you're still alive. Time is ticking, guys. All right. So I'm going to cut this video off. I'm just rambling now. But it made a good topic, though. Travel while you're still young. Enjoy life while you're still young. Spend money while you're still young. Because when you get older, I'm telling you, you're not going to do any of that. Nope. You're not going to travel. You're not going to spend. Oh, yeah. Okay. One topic left is I spoke to this guy. He says, well, I don't travel. I save all my money in case I get sick. Okay. If you get sick and you have cancer, did you know you need about a little bit over $80,000 per day? Let's make it, okay, just for math purposes, so everybody can easily figure this out. It will cost you $100,000 just if you have cancer. It'll cost you $100,000 per day just to stay alive. So if you have half a million, you'll live an extra 5 days. I want you to think about that. So if you save up $1 million for your health purposes, for medical, and if you got hit with a cancer, would you spend the whole $1 million to get yourself another 10 days? The answer is, well, you can answer that yourself. But somebody who has the brains would say no. You would leave that $1 million to your beloved kids or kid, a favorite kid. You're gonna say, "Frick it, I'm gonna die. I got cancer. It's over." That's it. So if you're talking shit about, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna save up my money because if I get sick, if you get a flu, you don't need money. You get cancer, how much money is that? How much money do you need just to survive one more day? 100,000, man. So if you get cancer, man, right? See what I'm saying? It's too expensive. Life is expensive. So don't say I'm saving it for my medical. Because when you get sick and it's a real issue, it's a real serious situation, you're going to need more than $1 million. And if you're thinking about, oh, my job has insurance, they'll cancel your insurance. Then you're going to have to pay an attorney to fight them. Psh, too much work, guys. You're not going to win. Enjoy life, guys. Remember, you got to have time, you got to have money, and you got to have health to travel. Traveling for me, it has been the best thing ever. Whew. Anyway, guys, I got to cut this off or else I can't stop. All right, guys, I hope you guys will give me a like and subscribe if you're new, and comments. And guys, this is all coming from experience. If you don't have experience, don't try to bash. Wait. listen, and then learn from it. All right, guys, I'm out. Oh, once again, I'm Luxury Castillo.